Hi guys, so sorry it's a little bit late, but you know, we had a few videos, and like I said, I like to give my videos some room to breathe whenever I put out a few in the same day. But so this is Freeform Friday, and I feel like it's been a couple weeks since I did the last one, and you know, what I like to do is get a little artsy, and hopefully it's kind of like busted out. Hopefully these are things you have. This is something I've had for a month or so, but you know, hopefully you have something in your stash that'll work for you guys. And if not, I'll have the links to whatever might be available in the description box, and those will be affiliate links, which means I will make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. And I don't know why I was gonna say I might. I think because some of the items I want to use later, like this one is from Local King. I don't have an affiliate relationship with them, or never have. It's just sometimes I would do reviews. This is a set that I've had for a long time. It's just some really pretty like word stamp that I want to use to be a little more artsy. So I did grab some things, got it ready because the kids only went upstairs now. So I'm like, okay, I'll have my things ready so I can at least hit the ground running. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just want to make some cards that are going to be really fun backgrounds, and then like, you know, whatever else we might do with it to be, you know, again, a little artsy and stuff. So these I recently picked up, the Crafter's Companion. I think, I want to say they're calling texture something or other, but I don't know about that because I know when I looked up texture it wasn't coming up, but mandala did come up. So either way, I'll have the links for them. This one has the swirling florals, the magnificent mandalas, and the delightful butterflies, and they're supposed to be resist stamps. You don't have to use them that way, but that's kind of what they're designed for. But again, you can just stamp it in whatever ink color you like, black or something, color it in. However you want to use them. But today I'm going to use them as a resist. I'm going to start off with something real simple like just inking, and then I'm going to try out the oil pastels and liquefy them with a little water and do another one. So I think I'm going to use these two today. Only because this one really only requires like 2 colors, and I was like, well, we'll use that for another time. So I'm going to use these. And then I have some different papers and things. So I pulled out, I was trying to look for that really thick stamping card I have from Crafter's Companion, like I mentioned before. It's kind of like a mixed media paper, so I found a piece of it. I don't know what happened. I must have put it somewhere because I was like, I don't really use this that often anymore. I like using their smooth stamping card now, which I've talked about recently. But I have a piece here, so supposedly stamps are on a 4x6 carrier, so they're probably 4x6 or smaller. I don't know. I honestly don't even know. I guess I have to also, after I'm done, gauge the card size on that, because if it's 4x6, it's really hard to cut down to a nice mattable size for, well, I guess it's not. It would only have to be 4 inches. It would. I'm trying to think if I was to mat that for a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, like an A2 size card. I guess I can cut it at 5 1/4 in the other direction. But either way, okay, we'll talk about that when we get there. So I have a scrap of watercolor paper. I think I'll use this for the oil pastels. And then this is just a piece of, again, really thick stamping card. I like using this more for like the mixed media thing. It'll really suck up a lot of the ink that we're going to be using here. And how am I doing this? Okay, this one I'm going to use over here with the oil pastels. And this one I'm going to do here with inks. And then on both of them I'm going to use the Watermark translucent clear ink. This one happens to be from Spectrum Noir. I prefer Versamark, right? Yeah, they're water mark ink. I don't know where I have mine. I couldn't find it, so I found this one. I have a little one from Tonic, but it's small like this. Since this is kind of big, I'm going to use this bigger pad. Only because it's not juicy, and you really want a nice juicy ink pad to get that translucent stuff on there. Oh, yep. I was saying I'm going to try to use my embossing buddy, so don't forget it. Here it is. This is super old. I think it was from like Ink and Dink and Do, or how you... yeah, I don't know how the company's name, I always get it wrong. But if there's something comparable available, I'll find a link. That's basically just so that the embossing powder sticks only on the stamp and not all over the place like I normally have it do. What else? Oh, I also want to play with this on the same one, on this card. I thought just, not this card, actually on the, yeah, I'll do this later. This is going to be with this card. So let's put this to the side for right now. And we're going to start with this one. Yeah. It'll just be kind of easy. I'm going to bring out a stamping tool because this is a big stamp and I want to make sure we ink it up. And it's going to be hard to see because obviously we're using clear ink. I do have some clear embossing powder here. I have other ones that are sparkly or shiny or whatever, so, you know, they just give a different finish. Like this one's frosted crystal, so it wouldn't be shiny. It would just be kind of dull, and that would be pretty too, possibly, but I'm not going to use that right now. Okay, embossing buddy, before I forget. And hopefully that helps out. It might not, but We'll try. I don't even know. It's enough. There we go. And we'll get this guy going. I've been thinking about doing this like all day, so I'm like itching to get to it because I like messing around, you know. So for Freeform Friday, like I said, I try to get a little artsier. Sometimes it's just, you know, using a kit, but I try to make it so we're doing it by hand. These are photopolymer. Okay, I wasn't aware of that, so that's good. Oh, they smell so good. I'm sorry, I just smelled it like 3 times. Now, another thing is you don't have to put it on a stamping tool. You can leave this just on your surface, ink it up, and then bring this and maybe brayer or, you know, bring this over the top with your hand if you want. But I am going to use a stamping tool. Ah, that's the one thing, is that these guys, when it's a big thing like this, they really want to stick to their carrier. Okay. I knew this piece of paper was like almost exactly 4 inches wide, so I'm going to put it, to give it a little bit of room, because we're going to trim this down when we're done. Oh, you know what? Let's get our little... People keep asking me what this is. It's the Stampendable tool from LDRS. Usually, okay, well, you always want to give a disclosure whenever you're reviewing something. Obviously, I'm not reviewing this, I'm just using it, but it was initially sent free of charge. But, I don't know. Alright, let's put this down. Alright. So, let's ink it up really, really good. Again, it's not the easiest thing to see. And to be honest, since this is going to be kind of artsy, I don't really care. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera, because I know I'm really... It's really dry feeling. So I'm going to try to look at this as best I can. I have like every window in the house open, so I'm sorry if you hear something fall over or it's getting breezy, and I'm sure it's going to knock things off of wherever they are. Ooh! That looks really good. I mean, you can you see it? There we go, right there. Look at that. Ooh! Looks good. I think we're good. I'm gonna put this to the side for a minute. Oh, whatever that was. Oh, Miranda put some beads on my workspace the other day. She said, for your books. I guess like traveler notebooks. I don't know, but I just knocked them off my workspace. Okay, so we're using clear embossing powder, and I'm literally gonna put this on here. And next time I use my embossing powder, I should probably check it. There's like little, what's the word? I don't know. Other things are mixed in there. That you just heard is my lace curtain sticking to something, so I went. Oh, embossing buddy doing its job like a champ. I'm gonna put a little more on this corner. I don't really try to shake it off too much unless I see that there's a whole bunch sticking to my paper because of the static electricity. Because I like it to be a little thick, right? I think I'm supposed to use this for something else. This is a Nouveau brush I picked up not too long ago, but I kind of like it to clean my surface. Alright. Now heat tool, and hopefully it's plugged in. I try to always keep this plugged in, but... Ah, yes. Okay. So you can let this warm up if you want, but don't put your hand on there. This is a Crafter's Companion one I have. It has 2 settings. So if you let it warm up a little bit, it'll start doing the embossing faster, but if not, you know, whatever. You just kind of wait until it starts turning shiny, and once it turns shiny, move away from there. Like, don't just hang out there and keep it there. Like, I can see it's shinier, okay, I'm gonna move on. This is so hard to see because it's just clear. But as you see, as it gets shinier, just move away. Go do something else. Go to another area. Okay, so I'll keep doing that, and I will be right back. I'll just finish that up. It's very hot. I don't want to go right into the distressing, but look at that. That is actually really, really nice. Wow. I did try to be strategic as I was moving across like this, you know, and down, because it's kind of hard to tell if, like, okay, did I crystallize that part yet or not? Like, I might have missed a piece here, but no, I think it's okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other piece, the other part, since we have this out now anyway. Put this to the side. Go wash that off in a minute. And sorry again, I live in a good spot because it's not too far from the freeway. We have hospitals around here. What's it called? The fire department. Okay, let it pass because it's a little bit loud. You know, I forgot. I want to do something else before I do the this. I'm gonna use that. This guy. I don't even think have I ever taken this off of this carry thing? I think maybe I have. I don't know. I'm going to use some hybrid ink because I don't want this to smear later when I use the oil pastels and stuff like that, and hopefully it will stay. And this is just the words from a local king set I've had for a very long time. I think I actually picked it up. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, somebody asked me how I keep this clean, so I just use my hand for that. And now this is gonna start drying. Hold on, let me just have a little fun with this, and then we'll talk about that. I spray it with alcohol. So these hybrid inks, they do want to stick. I'm trying to do this a little bit artsy. I don't really care what happens with this. So see how I'm just kind of just putting some words in there, just like that. That's all I want to do. So I mentioned in a video not too long ago, I think even yesterday, I cleaned that stuff up with alcohol. So I have it in a spray bottle that I use for my nails. I really would like to have, well, I'll use this. This is just baby wipes from the Dollar Tree. But I spray it with the alcohol, and the alcohol really breaks down that ink. So hybrid inks are a little different. They do really want to kind of stick. And normally it breaks it down, but look at this. Okay, I just got to keep scrubbing. So I'm going to work on that because I don't want it to get stained. But it's not like stays on, but at the same time, it wants to stay. So hopefully I can get rid of that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep scrubbing. Anyway, I'll be right back because I do want to get rid of that. Okay, guys. So I had to put some elbow grease into it, which kind of took off a little bit of my white paint. I don't know if you can see that. But, you know, like this one, this is a hybrid ink too that I left on there from, what, days ago, right, when I reviewed an LDRS set. So now it is basically permanent. So I don't know if that's a good thing about them or not, you know. So I am using the side of this watercolor paper that is textured. So we'll see how that goes. I probably should have peeled this off of this base. So these are the little butterflies. And then, so I was just debating, like if I did the words later, it would be on top of the embossing ink, right? So it would repel it. Maybe that looks cool, maybe not. So I started off with it on the surface of the paper. So it'll be trapped underneath just like everything else. Oh. Okay, well, I can do this. I'll pick this up. And then we also want to bring our embossing buddy. Okay. Put that right in the corner again. Ink this up again. You can do this with any ink. You can do this with ink colors if you want to set it with then your clear embossing powder, or use the clear and set it with embossing powder that you have that has color to it. It'll all give just different effects, right? But for today, I want the ink and those kind of things to be what gives us the effect that we're looking for. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with this. Give it a good look. Now see, this is so textured. It is really hard to see. Honestly, I can't tell. I can't tell at all. So what I'm going to do is just do it again, just in case. Again, this paper is textured and all of that. None of what I saw right now looked like it looked good. So that's not a good sign. We'll see what happens. Alright. Oh my goodness, now I'm getting messy stuff all over. Don't fall, please don't fall. Alright. I don't even know where this really is, like, down to over here. Oh yes, thank goodness. That one was so hard to tell. Okay, hopefully you can see the powder. Yeah, there you go. Okay, very good. I think I got everything. Oh, that sounded horrible. Let's see, let's just make sure. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And again, my clear embossing powder has been infiltrated by like glitter, so I should probably stop using it. Alright, okay, so I'm just gonna heat emboss this just like the first one, okay? I'll be back. Okay guys, so I already did, heat emboss that, and hopefully you can kind of see. And I'm gonna start with this one because it's gonna get really wet and I want it to dry before we actually put this together for a card. So I pulled out 3 of the colors. We'll see. My tendency is always to do like pink and blue and let them mix, which I'm gonna do on the next one. So for this one I was like, well, maybe I should try something else. I don't know what this is stained with, so I'm gonna move over a little bit. Actually, let's do this. There we go. And I'm just going to take some of this pastel and just put it on this surface. Now we could put this anywhere. I don't know if these colors, whatever's stuck on here, is going to come back up, but we'll see. And I do want quite a bit, and I actually meant to do the dark blue on top. So I'm just putting some down. I could have put this on the acrylic block that comes, this is obviously from my Mega Marker kit, but I'm going to use like a big water brush. And I probably should have a tissue here, something. But that's okay. Okay, I wanted to start with the dark blue, and I don't know if you can see, I'm just adding some water to it. And I'm just going to come across here. Ooh! Yes, yes, yes. That is the kind of thing I was looking for. Now I'm going to go into the teal. And now I'm going to go into that yellow-green, which is very bright. Okay, so we have that one. Let me wipe that off just a little bit. I want to go back into this teal color. Yep. So you can put the oil pastels right on your paper too. It just gives a different look. Look at that. Very light and pretty. I think I need to get a little bit more down here, just in case. Ooh, I mixed it back with the blue. Really soft. And very pretty. So I think I'm going to leave that alone, but I don't know. I want to show you how you can just take this right to your paper, but maybe I can do it down here. So you can do that. You can rub it in with your finger. You can also take this and liquefy it there. It might leave like a harsh back, you know, that piece that's kind of harsh because it's rubbed into the memory of the paper, right? But, you know, you can kind of play with that too. Okay, I'm gonna cut that piece off. That's why I wasn't worried about it. But if you're, you know, I'm not gonna do it because I like the way it looks, but you can take this and put it right like around the edges or on the very edges of the paper. Well, that might be a little more artsy, huh? Let's take some. I said I'm not going to do it, but then I went for it anyway, right? I'm not going to do that. Well, if I'm going to do that, then I need to cut this paper down. You know what I'm saying? If I want to put more down here. Pretty, pretty. Let's see. I think I'm going to cut this paper like... How big is this? Let's just take a quick look. It's 4 by 6 already. So if I trim this down, because I probably will trim it down, so I'm going to put quite a bit of this. Let me put a little water down. Ooh. So I dip my finger in some water just to get this liquefied, but as I play with it too. So that was a little bit darker there. Because I'm going to end up cutting quite a bit of this off. And let's put that blue back up here. Yeah, just a little something. Alright. I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back. We're going to let this dry. I don't really want to hit it with the heat tool because it already has embossing, right? So like we don't want to get that going again. So funny, I just tossed that over to put it to the side and I just realized, oh this paper's over there. I didn't even know where it was. I would have lost it. It's a good thing I noticed it. Okay, so we have this guy. And I just have blue and pink inks because I'm going to try to mix it so much that the blue and the pink mix together to make the purple part. But if you want to use all those different colors, you can. You know, those oil pastels are so interesting. Look how much I rubbed my finger into it and it barely did anything like on my finger, you know? And I can probably wipe that off pretty easily. So, cool. Okay, pink and blue. What do I want to do? You want to start with pink in the center? Probably blue, huh? I just said probably blue and I'm still going to go for the pink. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do it kind of lightly. I'm barely moving it, you guys. Like, barely pushing it, should I say. Because I don't want it to be too crazy. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Of course, it's the design. You know, it just works really nicely. There's my pink. Okay. Again, I'm trying to do this very softly. Because I want it to catch pretty much all of this. And then as I bring it in, look at how pretty. So these are water reactive inks. I guess I should have mentioned that. It's basically like Tim Holtz Distress inks, anything that's water reactive. And I don't know if you can see because the pink and the blue are mixing already, but I'm going to bring in some more blue because now it looks like pink is taking over. So I just, what happens is there's so little of the paper itself showing. This is a lot of embossing on here, that it's just coloring the color. So see, I'm trying to get that blue mixed in here, and it's making that pretty purple. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, and then I'm just going to finish off this pink. I'm not going to dip it again either because there's plenty of color on this thing, I'm sure. I'm just trying to get more of this to show up. Ooh, actually, let me get a little bit more color. Okay. And I'm going to go grab a paper towel. I'll be right back. And I'm going to grab the smallest piece of paper towel where my kids tore it and left the little piece hanging there. We don't need to waste the smallest little piece of paper towel. And rub over the top just to clean up that white. I don't know if you can see like how much is coming off of here and how much more crisp that looks. So just make sure, oopsie, we're cleaning that up so that the other colors pop. And if this was a different type of ink, I would even moisten this just a little bit, but this is a water reactive ink, so it will react. Now, because this is water reactive ink, I'm gonna get my little water rubber. And since it's such a fine mist, I like to just take the top off. And I'm just gonna kind of flick this here and there. Oh, I hear my kids are causing a ruckus up there all of a sudden. Okay. Just to give it a little more texture. It's just a little something. I don't think any of that is in here, but I'm missing a little bit there. I want to add a little more color. And because I did that, I'm going to come in and wipe it again. Alright, so I'm going to take these, both of them, to my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut them down because obviously it's kind of wonky and everything else, and I want to layer it on top of a card base, and I guess my card base is going to be 4x6. So I'm going to cut these down to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, that was not easy to cut down because there's so much prettiness, you know, and I had to take literally a 1/4 inch off, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it. But, you know, that's how it is. Okay, so this one, I have this piece of paper I'm going to back these up with that is just black, just the thinnest little margin around there on both of them, and it is 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, so it's just going to line that. And I'm going to use some white glue. And with something like this, some people say go ahead and run it through like your Gemini Junior, your Gemini, whatever, any die cutting machine basically, so it'll like stretch it out for you, like it'll press it back down. I'm just gonna stick it on here, and it's dry already, guys, because I guess I didn't have to really soak it too much, but at the same time it's dry, so that's very good. I do like to put a lot of glue on something like this because I want there to be glue on like the whole thing, and I kind of give it a little zhuzh so that the glue gets to the very edges, you know. And then very technically I put something like this on it. And then I just wait. So I'll do the same thing with this one, and I'll be back. Chill in there. Normally, and I'm all backwards right now just because, I don't know. I took this from the Penny Sliders kit from the other day because I need a card base, and I know they're 4x6s in most of like all the last like year of the Crafters Companion boxes. They used to be A2 size, but they went to 4x6, so I usually put down my mat and then the topper, right? But today, for whatever reason, I put my topper on my mat, and now I'm going to put the mat on the card base, which again is 4x6. So if you only have A2 size paper, you don't have a lot of 12x12 paper, you're going to cut your paper 8x6, right? So 6 in one direction, 8 in the other, in the length. And just score it at 4 inches. Now, when I was looking at this, when I was building this up, I thought this would be the card, like this way, this is the hinge, but now that I look at it, I feel like this is supposed to be on that side, so that's what I did, but it does feel weird to me still. Whatever, it's over here. I'm gonna stick this other one on this card base and I'll be back. Okay guys, so you know, they're pretty just like that. I think I want to put like obviously a sentiment or something on here, so I think I have these sets that I reviewed a while back for Diamond Press. I have this one that says thank you, and I think that'll be pretty, and cut out in black. I think, why not, right? So let's put that one on this one. And does this need, you know, I'm just gonna cut a sentiment for this. I don't know from what or where. I just want it to be more like the lettering a little bit different, where this one's like the script. This one could be something different. So I'll cut something for this, but I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. I hope this works out. So I look for something kind of bold for this one, and this is nice. So this one does have a background to cut out for it, but I think I just want the words, you know? That way you see more of the what's going on. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so this one actually I can glue down pretty easily. It looks like I can just kind of stick it down. And I'm keeping it flat, easy to mail. Okay, that's one thing. Number two is that the work that we did in the background is really what I want to show off, you know? So I'm just going to put this on here. But if you want to, you know, always dress it up, put some sparkles, ooh, some rhinestones. That doesn't detract. That just adds to it, you guys. You know, I love some stones here and there. Let's see. I'm just gonna put that down there. And that one's pretty much done. I was like halfway through this video before I realized I didn't turn my lights on up top. And I don't think it even made a difference because it's so bright. Like I said, I have all my windows open right now. I always say it's like a cave in here. It's like a cave in here because I don't open my windows because it's hot. And especially if I'm working in the late, because this room is facing, I always forget. What's the one you don't want to face? Wherever the sun's going at the end of the day. Is that southeast? Does that make sense? No. It rises in the east, sets in the west, but that's the west. Well, it is west. Yeah, I guess. That doesn't make sense. That's north. I have no idea, guys. I'm the worst at directions and direction. So I think only now I'm starting to, like, I know that that's what direction that is because the ocean's that way. And then when I go to my mom's, which is north, I go that way. So that's how I envision things anymore. I remember once I had to call the sheriff's office because if something was in the road, like totally blocking it, and the guy's like, okay, so it's on the northeast corner. I'm like, I don't know what you're even saying. And this was like last year. I was like, okay, if the high school's on this side of Mission, you know, whatever the road is, I was like, it's on the other side of that. And he's like, okay, I got you. I'm like, okay. I'm the worst. And then he was trying to, he's like, well, if the 78, there's another freeway, is running this way, is it on this, you know, like in town or on the backside? I'm like, oh goodness. So anyway, we understood each other at the end. It's fine. But there we go. Look at that. So pretty. Just fun and quick, you know. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these. These stamped really, really well. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. That's another Freeform Friday in the books, or whatever you want to call it. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.